Hello, trading is closed on June 28th, 2017. Yesterday I said we had a wall into the close and the Hobson closed at today's low with some higher targets here. I said in a more favorable circumstance this should lead to a gap up, but at this point in the pattern the odds were only 50%. Well, we got the 50%. There's a picture in my book, the MEJT system, of a chart just like this one. The wall into the close, the higher unfilled targets, and the gap up. Would have been nice had I called it, but as I say, it's just a 50-50 chance when you're near a change in trend to the high. I didn't think these targets would print. I thought they were out of reach. When I don't get what I want, the calls usually killed before the open. That's what happened. We gapped up, target printed immediately, so it was killed. I had an old target. I made a typographical error. I wrote 24.4360. Should be 24.4369. It's printed in futures overnight. That doesn't count. It counts to be a resistance level, but it has to print in regular trading hours to satisfy the target. During the day, MEJT gave a buy. We've already satisfied it. Nothing new from MEJT. This is a pretty strong rally. I was very impressed by yesterday's drop. I said the only thing that would make me change my mind would be if we gapped up and invalidated this move. We invalidated it by closing over the high. This is a good rally, but it needs to be a bit stronger to mean something. For one thing, if we gap down, never trade over this close. It doesn't mean a thing. It's not good when you rally all day long. You gap up, rally all day long, can't close over the middle of the day high. The negativity is invalidated if we gap up and promptly trade over it tomorrow, which we could easily do, but until that happens, it's not a good pattern. The real problem here is on June the 19th, we had a new high. Following day, we reversed under all prior highs. 7 days since then, despite trying, we're still unable to close over the prior highs. Even this high here, we couldn't close over it. That's 7 days of trying to invalidate the sell signal, and it hasn't happened. Now the sell signal has to be confirmed by closing under, by trading under these lows, and then the following day trading under that close. It hasn't happened yet. If we were to move up, close over these highs, especially if we closed over this, it would kill the negative signal. But it hasn't been killed yet, despite 7 trading days of trying. Tomorrow's pattern, I'm looking for one with an early low near the end of the first hour of trading, followed by a rally into lunch. I would like to see this invalidated promptly. I don't always get what I like, but I like to see it invalidated promptly, even if we get a gap and trap first by moving higher, trading over this level, then reversing. If we don't reverse this pretty promptly tomorrow, it really adds credence to this negation of this big drop. The vast majority of the time, not every time, but the vast majority of time, a gap like this, a hole-in-the-wall gap, fills by Friday morning. We undercut this low and find support at that level. This has to fill at some point. It doesn't have to be tomorrow or the opening of the following day, but it almost always is. So if that does not happen, it's a pretty positive sign. I'm hoping it'll happen. I'm looking for this to fill and for this to be undercut by Friday's open. As always, if we gap up smartly, the call's killed before the open. So I think the first hour of trading tomorrow is going to be critical. I would like to see this reversed promptly, because if it isn't, the negative action since the top isn't going to mean very much. And that's today's call.